Good. Okay. Right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all have a fun time tonight. I'm going to share the screen with you in a moment. I'm just trying to upload the hands for you so you can see them. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to load the hand. That hand is not one of the hands. So let me load the hand for you for tonight. Right, this is one of the hands we had this evening. Our lesson this evening is on more finesses. So there's so much more to finesses that I really had a hard time choosing what I wanted to do. But anyway, let's discuss this hand. This is hand number 2. East is going to pass. South is going to pass. And we have too many points here in this hand to open 2 no trump. We don't have enough for 2 no. We don't have enough for 1 no. We've got far too many points to bid on this hand. So we'd have to open the hand 1 club.
Hey, Linda, do you think that East might consider a club?
I am opening a club.
No, East.
East.
I'm opening 1 club.
East.
No.
I cannot open a no trump. I've got too many points, but I don't have enough for 2 no trump.
No,
No,
I meant
East.
East.
Oh.
They have
No,
14
sorry,
points.
I didn't see that. Sorry. You're right. I didn't see that. Sorry. Right, you're right. I have to open a club. Sorry, 1 club.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I'm sorry. Pass. And this hand is going to bid 1 spade. West is bidding 1 spade. Pass by North. And now the rebid of the opening hand is a no trump shape. So 1 no trump would be the correct bid to show 12 to 14 points. A 1 no trump rebid is 12 to 14. A 2 no trump rebid is 18, 19. And if you had 15, 17, you would have opened 1 no trump. So now we look at this hand and we add our points together. 6 and 5's 11 and 8, 19 points. Now to make a small slam, you need 33 high card points. And we don't know whether our partner has 12, 13, or 14. So with this hand, 19 and 12 is not enough. But 19 and 14 is 33. So we have to make what's called a quantitative bid of 4 no trump. When no suit is agreed, we make a quantitative bid. There's no blackwood. It just asks a question. Partner, if you have 12, please pass. If you have 14, please bid 6 no trump. This hand has enough to bid 6 no trump, 14 points. If you have 13, remember from all my last lessons I gave you, you will look at the stuffing. How many 10s, how many 9s are in the hand? If it's a good 13, you'll accept the invitation. If it's a bad 13, you will pass 4 no trump. And we're in 6 no trump. Looking at the hands together, I know a lot of you don't know how to play out a no trump contract. Now, I did state in the past that we really don't lead from what we have in the 6 no trump contract, but I have what's called a sequence. Queen, Jack, 9 are considered a full sequence with only the 10 missing. So with this hand, I would lead it because it's like a full sequence. If you don't want to lead the Queen of Diamonds, you can lead the 10 of Hearts, top of nothing. That is the lead, the Queen of Diamonds. Queen, Jack, 9 missing 1 card is considered a full sequence. So in the diamond suit, we have 2 tricks, ace and the king. In the club suit, we hope to have 4 tricks. That's 6. In the heart suit, we've got 9. 3 hearts, that's 9. We need 3 extra tricks in the spade suit. But we're learning about what is a finesse. A finesse is wanting to win a card lower than what the opponent has. So we have to decide how we're going to play the hand before we decide which hand we want to be in. Well, we know the clubs look pretty good. We know we have 2 diamond tricks. So we have to decide where we're going to get the extra trick from. And the only suit that can offer us the best chance is the spade suit. In a no-trump contract, you keep your winners and you dig up your treasures. So on this particular hand, I'm going to take the ace or the king. You can decide which. It doesn't really matter at this stage. I think I would rather take the king of diamonds because I want to be in my hand. So take the king of diamonds. And we'll just test the club for 1 second just to see if they all follow. Oh, the jack dropped. So it doesn't look bad at all. Now we have all the club tricks. So now we need to do a spade finesse. Now I taught you about finesses on Tuesday. We will never play the jack. We do not have the 10. The jack is a foregone conclusion. If you do not have the card behind it, we play towards our honor. And we pray that the king is under the queen. That is what a finesse is. Wanting to win a card lower than what they have. And that is correct. It is the lower card than what they have. They have the king, we have the queen. Well, that looks pretty good. So now we still have a few problems on the hand. We've got a lot of work to do, and we need to get back and try and see what else we can favor on this hand. So let's get the king of hearts out of our way now that the finesse took place. We want to get the king of hearts out of our way. You can put the ace on the queen. That is entirely up to you. It's the same value. I know we have all the clubs together, so we can still play the clubs. The clubs have no problem. The jack dropped. Now I'm in my hand. I've only got 1 chance, so I better take my jack of hearts now. I'm never going to make the diamond good. They let the queen. So I might as well throw away a diamond. And now I've got 1 way to make that extra trick. Only 1 way. We have to pray that the king is a doubleton. If we play the jack, we will never make an extra trick, because we don't have the card behind it. The only way you'll make that extra trick is if the king is doubleton. So now you pray, and I often do. And there it is. Once the king is doubleton, I have no problem whatsoever. My jack will now become a trick. And that is what I'm trying to prove to everybody. Never play the card without the card behind it. The only way I will make my jack a trick is if there's a doubleton honor. Many trump contracts. If you're losing so many tricks, the only way you're going to make them is to pray for an honor doubleton. And it happens many times, especially when you're playing in an 8-card fit. Sometimes there's 3 in one hand, 2 in the other. and that honor doubleton will drop. Now I've got my 12 tricks. I don't have to worry. My jack has become a trick. Are there any questions on this hand, everybody? Any question? Anyone? No questions? On the bidding? No question? Okay.
What was the one trick that they lost again?
The last one. The spade? They lost the spade is the last one.
Oh yeah, the spade. Thank you.
Spade. Okay. So remember, we play towards our honors. We don't put down honors. That is very important. All right, I'm bringing up the next hand. This is hand number 11. A very simply bid hand. Nothing different about it. We have a 12 count with a 5-card heart suit. We open one heart. Pass by West. And this hand can only bid one no trump. Partner, I don't have 3 hearts with you. And I have 6 to 10 points. The bidding's going to go pass, pass. Now, people say, why did we not double on the West hand? Well, you've got 3 hearts to the king, and when you double, you should be short in their suit. And that takes us to next week's lesson. Next week's lesson, I'm going to teach you about the 3-for-1 sale. We all love sales. Sometimes we don't know what to bid, and it's called the take-out double. So that's going to be next week. So this hand is playing in one no trump. Now we've got to make 7 tricks. The natural lead on the East hand is top of a sequence, which would be the Queen of Clubs. It's a simple hand. We have 3 cards touching. If we had 2 cards touching, we'd lead low from 4, but 3 cards touching in a no trump contract constitutes a sequence. Now we have to look before we play. In the spade suit, we have 2 tricks. In the heart suit, we have 1. That's 3. In the club suit, we have 2, is 5. And in the diamonds, we're not getting anything. The only thing that gives us extra chances in this game, long suits bring us tricks. Well, we have a 4-3 spade fit, but that's not as long as a 5-2 heart fit. A 5-2 heart fit will give us extra tricks. So we're going to win the first trick in our hand. Now, I don't want to duck it because I want to be in my hand. I've only got 2 taxis to my own hand, 1 no trump. My first taxi is the King of Clubs. So I cannot afford to give up the first trick. I take the king. Now I want you to look at the quality of the heart suit. There are 2 cards missing. We're missing the king and we're missing the queen. We have the ace, the jack, the 9, and the 10. I discussed that split honors. The king in one hand and the queen in another, or vice versa, is 75%. That's my only chance to bring in all these extra tricks. I'm not touching the spade suit. It is not as good as the heart suit. The heart suit's longer. Please play the 10 of hearts. Little heart. Small heart. And they win the king. They're going to come back their partner suit. The top of what's left in your hand. The 9 of clubs. Top of a doubleton. And you win the ace. Now we need a taxi back to our hand to do the heart again. And that's the only chance we've got to try and bring in the heart suit. Now, you've got 1 taxi back. The 2 of spades. And now we're going to play the 3 of hearts and pray. We had 7 between us. How do we want the hearts to divide? There's 6 missing. 3 and 3. We're going to play the 9 or the jack. I don't mind. They're the same value because the 10 was led on the first one. And pray. And there you go. Now I've got only one chance that the hearts break 3 and 3. 32% only. Okay, only 32%. And there you go. Now I can make my extra 2 heart tricks. I don't know what they're going to throw away. They're not going to want to throw away a club. Well, they've got to keep a club. So let's see what happens here. Okay. He can't throw a spade. If he throws a spade, all the spades will be good. When you both discard, make sure that you both don't discard the same suit. So if partner throws a spade away, you throw another card away, but never throw the same suit away. And now we can take the king. And now we're going to make even an extra trick. There you go. And we made 2. Not 1, but 2 no trump. And the rest are theirs. Now I want to go back to this hand after we finished. We played 2 no trump, 1 over trick. So making 1 over trick's a good score. There you go. I want anyone to answer me questions, and then I'm going to teach you something that's really great on this hand. Are there any questions on the hand?
Who had the first bid again? East bid first, right?
East passed.
And then what did South bid?
1 heart.
Could West have bid 2 diamonds? Or would that have been...
Srini, we cannot overcall 4 card suits at the 2 level.
Oh, okay.
All overcalls at the 2 level should be a 6 card suit and 2 honors. Okay? We never overcall even at the 1 level a 4 card suit. Okay? So that's why you mustn't bid. You never know what's around the corner. We just wait and see. Okay? Right. If there are any other questions before I go over this hand with you on another note. On another note. No? All right. I want to talk about, let's say you don't have the 10 of hearts. Let's pretend we don't have the 10 of hearts and we've got the 2 of hearts. And you want to make a lot of tricks on this hand. When you have the ace, the jack, and the 9, the cards missing are the king, the queen, and the 10. So what you learn to do is the power of this 9. This 9 is a very important card. If I had to take that 10 of hearts and make it where the 5 of hearts is on the east hand and take the 5 of hearts and put it here in the north hand, we would play and hope that the east hand has the 10 and 1 honor. And we would play the little heart, and we would put in the 9 of hearts, never the jack. The power of the 9 can often bring in a lot of tricks because you'll bring out the king. Now we know where the 10 is. We play the east hand to have an honor and the 10. If West had the 10, they would win the 9 with the 10. So we just take the 10 and pretend it's in the east hand. And that is called the power of the 9. Anytime you hold this combination, you must never be scared to play this suit. You play a little 1 to the 9. And many times the east hand has 1 honor and the 10. And now next time you've got a free finesse. It's called a free finesse. Are there any questions on this combination? No questions? Okay. Everyone's happy? All right. Let's go on to hand number
Linda?
12. Yes.
I'm sorry. I know that you said that you don't overcall unless you've got a 6 card. You've got 6 cards.
Correct.
Is that the same if you've got if you're in a major? Can I overcall with 5 cards in a major?
I don't overcall 5 card suits at the 2 level. I use what's called suit quality. I'm going to just type it up at the bottom. I think it's very important that when we overcall, we use suit quality, and I bid according to the level. Suit quality is very important. It's not the number of points in the hand, it's the length of the suit. You add up the length of the suit you wish to bid, plus not high card points, but the number of honors. So if we had to overcall at the 2 level, you would need 6 cards, which is the length, plus 2 honors equals 8. So if that equals 8, we're allowed to bid it at the 2 level. If it equals 7, we're allowed to bid it at the 1 level. So when you come to preempt and you want to open 3, you need at least 2 honors and a 7 card suit, which will add up to 9. And if you want to bid at the 4 level, you're going to need an 8 card suit and 2 honors that adds up to 10. And this is how we use all our overcalls. Suit quality. You add up the length of the suit to bid plus the number of honors. Now, you may have ace, king, jack, and too little. If I add that one up, I have 5 plus 3 equals 8. I can bid that suit at the 2 level, even though it's not 6. And that is your guideline, everyone, for overcalls. And that's what I use. Preempts, weak twos, overcalls, everything. And it's a great tool to go by. I don't overcall bad suits. The whole purpose of an overcall is for the lead. You're never overcalling a suit with the jack. You don't want partner leading the king from a doubleton into declare ace queen. You overcall for a lead. That's your first priority before we do an overcall, is the lead. Okay?
Thank you.
Pleasure. Any other questions? None? Okay. I'm putting up the last hand. All right. Let's look at hand number 12. We have 20 high card points. We open 2, no trump. 2021 is 2, no trump. Please think before you open. A lot of you opened a club without even thinking of your next bid. You're too strong to bid 2, no trump after you've opened a club, because that shows 18, 19, and you do have a no trump shape, a 4, 3, 3, 3. The next hand passes, and now you add up your high card points. You've only got 8, and you know there's a game. There's no stamen, we have no major, and all you have to do is bid 3, no trump. We know we have enough points for game. And we get the lead of the 7 of hearts. When there's no stamen, I like to lead a major. And we've learned a very important point. North learns a very important point. When partner puts up the queen, they haven't got the jack. When partner puts up the queen, they haven't got the jack. Why? Because when you learn bridge, the third hand always plays the lowest of touching cards. If you put up the queen, you ain't got the jack. If you put up the jack, you haven't got the 10. So we now know where the jack is. And now, why have you taken the trick? Well, you want to protect the jack and 1. That's a second stopper. Now, looking at the hand together, we have 1 spade trick, 1 heart trick. In the diamond suit, we've got 3 diamond tricks. That's 5. In the club suit, we need at least 4 club tricks, which would be 9. We need to make our contract, but there's a dangerous opponent. Now, who says that 8 ever, 9 never? Not always. Here is the situation. Although you have 9 cards between you, if you lay down the ace and the king and the queen is in the south hand, they will swallow up your jack of hearts and you will never see the contract again. So we have to take out insurance. We can't rely on the clubs breaking. So we always want to make sure we play the high card in case there's a doubleton queen, a singleton queen. 3 of clubs, little club, put up the ace. And why did we put up the ace? Because we intend to finesse and we don't mind if North gets in. Because if North gets in, they can't touch your heart suit. Your heart is protected. If they play the ace, your jack will become a trick. If they play away from the ace, they're going to give you the jack anyway. So now you're going to take what's called a finesse. We're going to finesse the queen of clubs. Now, if a club came up here in the south hand, you will never put up the king. I should have put the queen 3 times in this hand. It would have been better. Now you give them that trick. It doesn't matter. Give it to them. And they take the queen. Now we have our 4 club tricks, but they cannot attack the heart suit. They can never get into their partner's hand to swallow up my jack of hearts. So the only hope they can do is play the ace and hope the jack falls. But I don't think it's going to happen. Why did they give us a trick? There's reasons for everything at the bridge table. And that's how you're going to make the hand. It's called a safety play. If you had to take you just cannot afford to let the south hand in. You cannot. And that's why you have to protect your jack of hearts. The rest you will take yourself. You're not going to take a spade finesse because if they play another heart, you cannot afford to take a spade finesse. A good play in this situation, holding the jack, the 10, the 9, the 6, and the 5, is to throw the jack away, to say I've got the whole sequence under wrap. I've got the 10 and the 9. Now you can't afford the spade finesse. Whatever you do, don't take a chance because you will lose those hearts. Just run for your life. Take your clubs and take as many tricks as you can and just run for your life. And in the end, you'll give them a spade trick. No finesses. No spade finesse, everybody. None. You have to throw your hearts away. You've got to protect that king of spades. And now they play the jack. They don't intend to take a finesse. They're never going to take a finesse. And now you're going to lose the last trick. And you're going to make 11. 10. You make 10. Are there any questions on this hand?
Yeah, I have one. So
Yes.
when North led, they underled that ace. So in no trump, you can underlead an ace.
You
but
do. You lead from your longest suit. Only in a no trump contract. You lead from your longest suit. We're trying to set up our long suits.
And why is that different from a suit contract
Well, a
where
suit-
you would not do
A
so?
suit contract, we can't lead aces from spaces because declarer might make a singleton king. And in a suit contract, you may never see your ace again. So we don't want to leave the ace without the king. Aces are
see.
meant to capture faces. Aces are meant to capture honors. So I don't leave the suit at all unless I have the king.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Any other questions? No other questions? Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody. Are there any other
Linda?
hands before we close? Yes, Lynn.
Linda, it's Celia. I
Oh,
do have
Celia.
one question. I think yesterday or Tuesday, you were talking about leads and you were talking about leading away from what you don't have as opposed
Right.
to.
Against a 6-no trump contract. Yes, only.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Only against a 6-no trump.
Okay. Thank you.
Lead from what you don't have. Write that down. I want everyone to remember that. I've had so many people hand me a contract by leading from what they've had. Because
What does
6-no
that
trump people have to look for extra tricks.
What does that mean, lead from what you don't have? I didn't hear that. What does
That
that
means
mean?
passive. That means you don't have any honors in the suit. You leave the top of nothing. 9-8,
Okay.
you leave the 9. 10-6, you leave the 10. You know, you leave the top of what you don't hold.
Okay.
And don't lead from what you hold. In other words, don't lead away from a king or from whatever you have or an ace, because you're only going to help them make their contract. So you be lead passive.
And I'm
what
sorry,
you don't have.
that is in just a no trump contract?
6-no only. Only 6-no.
Okay,
Not against 3-no, against 6-no.
okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Are there any other questions on any hands before we close?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yeah.
Could you go through the bidding on board 9, please?
Yes, board 9. I'll just quickly go through the bidding with you, and then we will finish. Well, North's going to pass, and East is going to open 1 club. When you have 6-5, you open, and they're not touching suits, they're untouching, they don't touch each other. In other words, diamonds and clubs are touching each other, or hearts and spades are touching each other. These are untouching suits. You always open the longer one first. So you open a club. Some people might double on this hand. It's not the end of the world to double. I think I would double. I'm short in clubs. So let's say they double. Okay, now you people don't know what a redouble means. So in this particular situation, I think we should just bid naturally. You've got a very distributional hand. I would bid 1 diamond. A new suit is forcing. Partner can't pass. And North is going to pass. You're off the hook, North. You don't have to bid again. And East is going to bid 1 spade. And it's going to go pass. And now what are we going to bid on this hand? You've got a very difficult hand to bid because you've got 5 hearts. Partner shown 2 suits. So you're either going to, I would like to bid this hand 2 hearts. Now 2 hearts is called the 4th suit. I don't know if it's too advanced for all of you, but 2 hearts really doesn't mean hearts. So if you don't want to bid 2 hearts, 3 hearts is called invitational. A jump in the 4th suit. Now a lot of you do not know that. It sounds a bit complicated. But if you jump in the 4th suit, which is the correct bid on this hand, at the moment I'm not fitting. 3 hearts is invitational. It says I've got longer diamonds than hearts. It's a very difficult hand to bid. Now partner's not happy with that bid. Partner's going to bid 3 spades. 3 spades says, and remember 2nd suit twice. When you're 6-5, you always bid the 2nd suit 2 times to promise that the minor is longer than the major. 2nd suit twice. And this looks like a misfit. I don't know where I'm going, but I've told my partner I have 6 clubs and 5 spades. And now they know 11 of your cards. So you've got to make the decision if you want to go 4 spades or if you want to pass. That is entirely up to you, but it's a very difficult hand to bid, especially when you've got a misfit. And that's how, I don't know how the bidding would end on this hand. What happened that you asked me this question? What happened when you asked me the
What-
bidding?
What happened is I did the opposite. I bid the spade first and then came
No,
back.
never
with
do that
clubs.
ever again. When you're untouching, always open the longer one first and the second one 2 times. That is how you show 6-5. Six
Thank
card first, second suit twice. Always.
Is that not a reverse bid though, Linda?
Not at the 1 level. There's no reverse at the 1 level.
Ah,
A club, a diamond, a spade is not a reverse. If partner bid 2 diamonds, 2 spades is not a reverse. A jump shift in a new suit is 18 or more and you don't have that hand. 1 club, 1 diamond, 2 spades would show a very strong hand. I would just bid 1 spade. When I have a singleton in my partner's suit, my whole hand collapses. Now, some of you pass this hand. I would never pass 3 quick tricks when the king is with an ace. Anytime you have 3 quick tricks and the king is with an ace, I always open the hand. But please don't distort your shape. You open a club first and you bid the second suit 2 times. That is how you show shape.
Oh, could I ask, if East opened 1 spade, what would South bid be?
2 diamonds, long suits before 5 card suits, longer suit
Well,
first.
Excuse me, no, South. South
Oh,
would
South. Oh, if South opened a spade, I'm passing.
you're passing, okay.
100%. South cannot double, and we're learning about take out doubles next week. I'm going to teach you plenty on take out doubles. When you double the opener suit, you are short 1 or 2 in their suit maximum. You have 3 suits, tolerance for 3 suits, and you don't have it. So South must definitely pass. And now that West should bid 2 diamonds, now you've got a problem. You've got to go to the 3 level to show clubs, and then you're going to think your spades are longer than your clubs. So always open length first and second suit twice to show 6-5. That is how we show those kind of shapes with 6-5.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah, Linda, may I ask you, if my partner opens 1 club
Yes.
and then goes to 1 spade, would that not be a reverse bid?
There's no reverse at the 1 level. We're bidding up the bidding ladder. There's no reverse at the 1 level.
Okay.
When you do a reverse, you skip over your first suit. When
Can
you
you say
skip
that- can
over
you
your
say-
first suit, it will be at a higher level. So if I opened a club and the opponent, my partner bid a spade and I bid 2 diamonds, I jumped over my first suit. That is called a reverse. I call it the wicked stepchild.
Yeah.
When you jump
Okay.
over your first suit, that's called a reverse.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Right. I'm going to stop sharing, and I think Lynn can, we can stop the recording. And I want to thank you all very much for coming. And next week, we're going to do take out doubles. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Pleasure.